Welcome to Deep Dive Film School. I am Adam Sherlock.
And I'm Adam Palcher.
And if you like what you see/hear, please like and subscribe. You can find us in all the spaces and places that people what?
Find good media. That's right. Our most popular platforms are Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So please join us there. You can also follow me at Adam Palcher on Letterboxd. All those should be in the links below in the comments or description section. All right, let's get into one of our favorite movies.
Yes.
At least, I mean, one of the best 90s comedies.
I would say. I mean, one of the best mockumentaries.
Yes, absolutely. Waiting for Guffman, 1996, written by Eugene Levy and Christopher Guest,
Yes.
and then directed by Christopher Guest himself, who obviously went on to, honestly, there's stuff like Real Life, Albert Brooks's Real Life in 79.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Spinal Tap. Those are kind of the two big ones, I think, that did the mockumentary before Christopher Guest really got a hold of it and kind of made it normalized a little bit.
Yeah, where then it became popular and you would see it kind of like branch off. And a lot of stuff in the 90s and early 2000s, there's been tons of mockumentaries. But
absolutely. I mean, something even as simple as The Office probably wouldn't exist with the sense of humor that is in these types of movies.
Totally.
And so... and obviously he went on to normalize it a bit more, and it did become a popular way of telling stories after that. But of course, Best in Show, for your consideration, the
Mighty Wind,
just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And
obviously we're doing this because R.I.P.
Yes.
Katherine O'Hara.
We love you.
Absolutely love her. And, she had a
making me laugh my whole life.
Yeah. And she had an incredible career, but I think that, this kind of roundabout way of coming back around to working with Eugene Levy, who she was on Second City with, and that's where she kind of came up and got her chops.
She is a version of Moira in this for sure.
Very much so.
Like a younger Moira.
Well, it's the insufferable overconfidence of a person who's not as talented as they think they are.
Exactly.
It's such a perfect...
I mean, if you could describe Christopher Guest's sense of humor, I think you just nailed it.
That's it. Yeah. Just like people who think they're far more interesting than they actually are, and just letting them be that.
Yes.
And,
and finding the right cast of characters. Like Michael Hitchcock in this movie is one of my favorite parts. And he becomes a regular, and he uses a lot of regulars in this here. Obviously, Fred Willard and Katherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy, Don Lake, who's great, Larry Miller, Bob Balaban, love you, and of course Parker Posey, one and only.
Posey, yes. Who, God, she looks so young here. I mean,
she's got to be. Yeah. I mean, yeah, what early 20s?
Yeah. And it is funny because reading this interview with Katherine O'Hara years later, where she talked about by the time that she came on set, and again, this was one of these things, it's the same thing that happened on Schitt's Creek, where Eugene Levy had this idea and he had to basically convince Katherine O'Hara to do it, not because she thought it was dumb, but because she thought she wasn't right for it. And when she came on, she saw some of the dailies they had already done before she had gotten there, and she was like, I'm not funny like this. And Eugene Levy was like, of course you are. But she didn't believe it. And she's like, well, what do I do? Like, I know how to improv, but what am I supposed to do? And he was like, I don't want you to be funny. I just want you to be this character and just do whatever that character would do. And my God, like, not only does she nail it, but she's one of the best parts of this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
As well as all the rest of the other mockumentaries Christopher Guest made after this. We are doing that one scene that is the audition scene.
Yes. It was hard to pick. There's a lot of great ones.
There's a lot of great ones.
And she's not like a major character where she has a lot of her own scenes. But her and Fred Willard together here, like
Ron and Sheila,
both of them gone too.
I know, Ron and Sheila Albertson,
baby.
With their the Magic Carpet Travel Agency. This is the name of their travel agency, which they consider that they come into this audition. Realizing that they are kind of the heavy hitters because they do work in a glamorous field.
Strike it, yeah.
They work in a glamorous field of being travel agents.
I know the terms.
We've worked with Corky before. He also, Corky believes not only that he's a visionary, but that Ron and Sheila are also like part of his regular troupe. They're his workhorses, as he refers to them.
I do think the overconfident dumbass will always be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, It's just, I mean, look at something like even Anchorman or whatever, like Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder, like, you know, just this overconfident somebody who it's just always, for some reason, it always tickles my funny bone.
I completely agree. And this sequence is no different, because then also what's great is that you have Corky, Christopher Guest's character, and he is just over the moon with all of the performances that he's seen of these people that are doing a horrible job.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you have Bob Balaban, who, for all intent and purpose, should be a more sane person, and as the musical director, and he also sucks. He also has terrible taste.
I think he has better taste than Corky,
but it's still bad because when we see Eugene Levy come in as the dentist. And like, you know, he's going to try out, like, what the hell? And then
let's give him a shot.
Yeah. And he does a
Camp Down Races, sing this song.
It's like a medley.
It is. I Dream of Jeannie. And also Swanee River.
Swanee River. And where he's trying to way to get up, and it's
the
horrible.
Voices break. It's honestly like American Idol auditions. Remember when that was a thing at the very beginning of it, where it was like, oh, half of this is making fun of the terrible people in the front, and that's kind of some of this. But like, I mean, we got to go through this cast of characters. First off, we're in a high school.
Yes,
we're in a hallway where everyone's waiting to be auditioned. Of course,
yes,
and you get this snapshot of like, there's the local priest is dressed up like Dracula. And there's like a gypsy and like a gymnast and all of these things in here. Like people, at one point there's a guy with ping pong balls who's just spitting ping pong balls out.
Who chokes like on one of them in a moment.
Hilarious. My favorite by far, not even close, is the Raging Bull guy. I mean, that's the funniest part of the scene.
Oh yeah, it's just you're like, why of all the scenes to pick is this the scene you want to do?
Wonderful.
And he's just doing this. That's you fuck my wife, and it's like, it doesn't. It's wrong. He's nowhere close. Like, it is lines from the movie, but you're like, and you see Christopher Guest's face, like, yeah.
He does like that. What's Bill Hader's SNL character?
Stefan, where he's doing Stefan. Well, and then you have Parker Posey doing Teacher's Pet, which is like,
it's like seductive.
It's seductive, and you're like, who's this for? Like, she's doing the splits and shit. Like, they're just both amazing.
Teachers, so maybe.
And you can see how uncomfortable it's making Bob Balaban.
Oh man!
But when Eugene Levy does his, and it's so bad, and you again, this unreliable narrator of
overconfidence,
us knowing it's bad, and him getting done, and he leaves, and Bob Balaban, who's supposed to, you were like, well, he's got to have not be as crazy as Corky is, like, wow, what a voice on him, like, immediately, and you're
really
like,
sing.
You're like, oh god, we're unmoored from anyone with taste in this. Like,
it's true, and that's again the beauty of the characters that he loves to capture.
Yep.
You know, I mean, but he still kind of makes it in that, I wouldn't say Errol Morris way, but like, I'm thinking of
Errol Morris
Gates of Heaven.
Yes, it's not a bad.
It's
comparison.
not far off of Gates of Heaven, right?
Yeah, you're like, if you didn't know any better, yes, there's moments that you're like you know, now I'm jumping around, but like, there's a moment in this movie with David Cross that's just silly enough that you're like, that's how you would know this wasn't real if you didn't recognize any of these actors. But a lot of the other parts, you're like,
mid-90s this came out.
This could be real. Like, and a lot of the stuff that's happening here now, while we're seeing all this in the high school hallway, we have Ron and Sheila show up, and they're in these sort of matching tracksuits.
Of course, not quite matching, but pretty damn close. And he's got, you know, his scarchief and
tucked in into
gotta have the turtleneck.
They have these teal windbreakers, and it's so and they're just
exuding with overconfidence.
Yeah,
it's great.
And they do this bit, and I didn't know anything. I had to do some research on this. The song "Midnight at the Oasis."
Oh, please!
Is from
Let's get some context.
So in the 70s, there was a singer, Maria Muldaur, who's like it's like easy listening by way of disco. So it's like, it was easy listening with like flamenco guitars and stuff, but it also has that like 70s production.
Sure.
But it was just like a song. It was this easy listening song, and then the skit, they make it their own with this like skit at the beginning and the end, that has this like It has this like Bing Crosby, Bob Hope kind of like
Well,
road to Zanzibar kind of a thing. Like, but no one knows I'm staying at the Oasis. That's all original. They wrote all of that
amazing.
To do that together.
I hope so.
Where it's this bit where
he's like leaning on the door.
Yeah, ding dong, and it's you, like all of that is just wholly them doing this. Because the song Midnight at the Oasis, like listening to it, I listened to it earlier today and I was like, this is kind of good, man. Like it's a good 70s kind of like easy listening song.
Yeah.
But
something the Eagles, the opening band,
yeah,
maybe.
But Katherine O'Hara is shrieking her lines. I mean, it's not even singing. She is screaming, Midnight! It's so good. It's so good. And this stupid dance they're doing, where they're doing, like, all the, like, parts of it are so perfect.
It's a brilliant movie. Absolutely hilarious movie. Dr. Alan Pearl is Eugene Levy's name, by the way. And the whole movie, too, you meet his wife. Her name on all the title cards and everything are Mrs. Dr. Alan Pearl.
Well, his whole thing, now we're jumping around a little bit, but his whole thing with the, he wasn't the class clown, but he sat near him and studied him. Again, is so fucking insufferable. It's so stupid.
It's a perfect setup. And just the whole small town aspect of this whole movie is great. These movies have always had that kind of odd, offbeat, absurdist sense of humor, right? To all of these guest movies. But I love the fly on the wall perspective that we get for a lot of this. And yes, there's talking head stuff, but honestly, I would say it's like half and half, if not maybe a little more of them just doing their thing.
Well, and it doesn't have, you think about something like The Office and you're like, there are beats that they know are going to be the punchline. And
sure.
like, even if it's ad-libbed.
I hate you in your ass face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this, there are some that end on a high note, like hate your ass face. But there's other ones that are a little more quiet,
way more subtle.
And the one for Katherine O'Hara is, we'll run scenes at home sometimes, and Ron sometimes will have an hour, 2 hours worth of notes for me of a scene that we've done together.
No, it's for us. He's like, but you get most of them.
You get most of them. And then she says, what he's been doing lately is trying to get me to change my instincts, or at least ignore them. And that's the cutaway. And I'm like, fuck, it's perfect, because it's not too high of a punch. It's just the perfect amount of like, that's what he does when they're quote unquote acting together, is that he has so many notes for
Well,
her.
and also, their low talent gets justified by the whole town and everyone in this movie, and Corky, of course, and her fucking bangs, man, in this movie. She's got the claw bangs.
Yes, it's this almost mohawk
like
in the.
But it's in the front. It's like this, and it's hairsprayed. It's wonderful. Hopefully, you're watching on YouTube so you can see, but you can imagine it.
I just like what an incredible talent, and I'm so glad that we did get
one of the greats.
Schitt's Creek, which obviously is brilliant anyway.
Great swan song.
Yeah, what an amazing swan song for somebody to really get her flowers, for this stuff that she does that is so deeply funny, of a real nuanced character. Even though the character itself is super over the top and bombastic, there's something about it that feels lived in. It's like weirdly that in all of Christopher Guest's mockumentaries, even the silliest, most insane person is somehow treated with respect. Mm-hmm. Like we're laughing at them, but in the movie, the characters feel loved.
It's true. I agree. There's a balance with that. And it's funny that Christopher Guest, who, if you don't know, was the guitarist in Spinal Tap. So he was obviously around Rob Reiner when he was doing this the first time. Again, probably saw real life.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, that's what I want to do. But this movie came out 10, 12 years after those movies.
Yep.
And so there was a big gap there. And they're obviously great writers. They, and Eugene Levy's been writing stuff forever.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny to see the inspiration of those things, and then see it kind of how he makes these movies that really ended up being, I would say, I don't know if I'd say hits, because I don't know like how that's measured these days.
I mean, within the comedy scene, I think that they are incredibly
absolutely looked upon as great films, right? And I don't know, they kind of just are legends in film history because of this. But he made there's definitely some execution elements that are close to Spinal Tap.
Yep.
But he did make it his own. I believe you do still love these characters, and I think also his sense of humor is different than Rob Reiner's.
Do you know here's a deep dive for you. Do you know the homage in Waiting for Guffman that's from Spinal Tap?
The Stonehenge necklace.
Well, there's that. There is that. I forgot about that.
Mrs. Dr. Ellen.
Yes. No, the other one is when Corky's talking about doing accents. And he's like, one time I had to do sort of a Cockney accent. And what you have to do is drop your H's. So that's where you would say, I'm not staying here in this L-hole any longer, right?
Yeah.
That's a Hellhole is a Spinal Tap song.
Oh, yes, it is.
Hellhole.
Oh, yeah. Great one.
Yeah.
One of the best. But no, Dr. Allen
I forgot
Pearl's
about, yes.
wife is wearing a Stonehenge necklace.
That's right.
It's just like anyways, so. But yeah, amazing stuff. Christopher Guest, again, one of the greats. Katherine O'Hara, we miss you.
Yes.
You were amazing.
Brilliant
and,
woman.
Yeah, just one of the best. So thank you for making us laugh.
Yeah.
R.I.P. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Those are our most active channels. And next week we are going to do a bonus episode to our Chamber Piece Festival. We're going to do William Friedkin's Bug.
Forgotten Gem.
Fuck
Bug.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's Forgotten Gem.
One of the first times that you've seen Michael Shannon, maybe outside of who's Take Shelter guy?
Yeah.
His first one.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I forgot.
Yeah. Anyway. That was off the cuff. So
Tune in.
Thanks for watching, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.